This my two Satoshis. This my two Satoshis. Who need 2 cents when they can get double from stacking Toshis? Yeah.
It's your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome to another crypto news video. Look, we've got a lot to talk about. I told you guys that Fed pump on Wednesday was going to fade. We needed to watch it over the next 2 days. Wow, look what has happened. We have fully traversed that Fed pump, that knee-jerk reaction that I was talking about, ladies and gentlemen. What should you be doing? And I'll tell you what you should be doing, or what I'm doing in today's video. And in addition to that, for today's video, we will be talking about some articles from the street. Kraken's CEO said that the dollar will hit zero with Bitcoin below 40,000. So I think he's being a little extra here with this quote, but I get the point. He makes some very good points in this article that I want to cover, and it really pertains and lines up to the interview I did a couple of days ago with Gareth Soloway. I'll be dropping that for my public subscribers over the weekend, possibly, but definitely my members will get this video later today. It's a lot of pertinent information on how you should play the rest of this year and going into next year with the Federal Reserve new monetary policy and trying to increase the tapering rate. Okay, he's a big trader, over 50,000 followers on Twitter. This guy is very accurate, but I had him on and we talked, and really we both agree on the direction, short term and midterm, of Bitcoin and what the possibilities are in that regard. So you got to check out that interview, and I'll leave a link for it for my members to check it out in this video, and you'll get a notification later today on that. But we'll talk about that. We also want to talk about what's going on with Coinbase. They are starting to dip their toe into the metaverse. This is going to be a huge space within the crypto world, and you got to be involved in this, I'm telling you. So we'll look at this article out of Trust Knows regarding Coinbase getting into the metaverse. And lastly, NBA legend Michael Jordan, that's right, King MJ, is now entering the NFT world on the Solana blockchain. He and his son are going to be doing a project that I want to just cover really quickly in today's episode. That's from Markets Insider. All 3 articles coming up on today's episode of My Two Satoshis. Let's get it. But before we start, if you guys find these types of videos informative, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and click that bell to receive more videos like this. But you know we got to check out this heat map before really getting into the nitty gritty today. Look at that. It's a red board pretty much across the board. Bitcoin is down 2.3%. Ethereum's down 3.7%. It's trading below the 4,000 marker at $3,865. A lot of these prices, don't tell the whole story, because it's more about technically what is happening in the market. And I'm going to go through that today and show you the full reversal and then some that we've seen from the Fed pump that I said was going to happen. Just need to have it play out over the next 2 to 3 days and look at it. We're on day 2 and we're already fully into it. What I'm talking about here, we're looking at this on Bityard. I have a link in the description for you guys to check out Bityard and start trading their perpetual contracts and spot contracts. Very, very good platform. They're adding another 100 spot pairs. As you guys can see, they got a whole list of cryptos that you can trade and leverage with. Look at all those pairs. That's a lot of crypto. But what I want to show you is essentially this area right here. That was the Fed pump. And I'm looking at this on the 1-hour chart. The Fed pump happened there, and we fully traversed the whole thing and then some. I mean, we're right back to the previous low, right when the Fed's news came out, and we saw the knee-jerk reaction to the upside, which to me was a short covering and a little bit of a pump fake in the markets. That's what markets love to do, is pump fake you out, like an old Hakeem Olajuwon move, right? This move really pumped out and really tapped out a lot of people in the markets who were short already, wiped them out, and is continuing its direction, in my opinion, downward. So you have to be careful here, because guess where we're looking to touch? That capitulation point at $40,000. If we break 40K, ladies and gentlemen, get out of the way, because it can get ugly at that point. I am short Ethereum on that pump that we saw a couple of hours ago. But really what you got to check out and pay attention to is this move here, this pattern that pretty much failed, guys. And we're still well below that 50K marker, which is a line in the sand and something we need to watch for upside breakout. But look, I mean, we've traversed the entire Fed pump, as you guys can see here. So this is not good news for us. And really, we dipped way below the pump and took out the last low. So I think, people are taking some profits on that short. That's why you see the little pop up there. But I think we're going to head lower here and head toward that $40,000 Bitcoin, at which point we got to see what happens if the bulls can keep it. I'm not too sure at this point. We're not going to worry about the $40,000 marker yet. Let's wait to see if we get there. But the Fed pump did fail. That's what I want to really drive home today in this video. Kraken's chief also says something about Bitcoin and advises people to pay their healthcare and tuition bills and take on higher U.S. debt. You may ask, why would you take on more debt? Well, because you'll have more dollars to pay back that debt that you had nominally denominated in dollars when you took out that note. The debt doesn't increase, right? That principal does not increase, but you'll end up having more dollars. If we start to see inflation get rampant, you'll have more money to spend and you can pay those debts off very easily. So this is what he's saying, and I totally agree with him. Think about that. This is the stuff that most crypto people aren't showing you guys, but basically he said here, he sees the dollar going to zero. That's, to me, an over exaggeration of the whole situation, but I get what he's saying. You should start stocking up on gas, milk and stuff right now. If you can prepay your health care and tuition bills, you should probably do that as well. This is pretty, I'm telling you guys, this is real talk right here, and you should at least take a look at what he's talking about. He said take on as much debt as possible because there will be a debt jubilee at some point. Interest rates, he says, are going negative, so you don't want to hold any currency in dollars. I totally understand that and agree, and that's what I'm saying. Like short term, I think we're going to see a move down in Bitcoin, but mid to long term, Bitcoin is the play, because if the dollar is that weak and they're going to have to print more money, they're saying they're taking money out of the game right now with their taper, but that won't last, in my opinion. They'll have to reverse course and start printing more money to keep interest rates down. But with that being said, Bitcoin and cryptos are going to go crazy. Stocks will go up as well, but Bitcoin and altcoins will go up even more. He goes on to say here, I'm paying more attention to the US dollar these days, wondering where the bottom is. Seems like inflation is out of control and there's no end in sight. The price of most traded cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin included, could drop below 40,000 this winter, and he urges investors to buy the dip. He says a lot of people see anything under 40,000 as a buying opportunity. I agree with them. Have some dry powder. Don't be all in the crypto space in this moment, because then you'll lose the opportunity to dollar cost average in at lower prices and accumulate more coins. Out of Yahoo Finance, and they were saying this yesterday that Bitcoin and crypto boosted by the Fed relief rally, investors bracing for the worst get surprised. So again, I think it was a point where it was a short covering. There were some people actually in short positions that got tapped out. There were probably margin calls going on because so many people were short the market, thinking that the Fed were going to continue or announce that they would increase their tapering. And that's negative on crypto. That's negative on assets like equities and bonds and stuff. The market has to flush those people out. So they did. They pump faked them. And now we're heading lower as this market tries to figure out what to do in a Fed tapering environment. Another point and issue you want to keep your pulse on is the Omicron variant. A lot of that is spreading pretty big and rapidly in the States and across the world. Honestly, Germany is getting hit hard right now. They are like 90% plus vaccinated as a nation. So that shows you that the Omicron is going to be able to get past that vax. So you will see it spread more rapidly among the population of vax and unvaxxed. Now they're saying it's not as deadly. We have to see. It's only been like 2 weeks. I hope it's not, right? I hope it's not as deadly as Delta. But if it, again, spreads more rapidly than Delta and maybe is slightly less deadly, but it infects more people, the actual number of deaths might go up. So we'll have to see. That's something to think about in this environment too. If Omicron really gets out of control, the economy slows down, that will have an effect on your crypto portfolio as well as your equities and stocks. So keep that in mind. Don't think that cryptos is the end all be all and is a flight to safety for you. It's not. You'll get brutally damaged thinking that that was the case, because cryptos will go down in a heartbeat very fast. They don't have these plunge protection team to save you. This is more so the Wild Wild West, or closer to it, I should say. So Coinbase, on another note, is jumping into the metaverse world. They've announced intentions to work with a holistic infrastructure pipeline package for the metaverse, with it giving some hints of some products in development. So they said the metaverse will rely on blockchain to transfer identity and ownership across virtual worlds, and payment rails that allow people to buy, sell, and earn income within a decentralized economy. That is on the way, Brian Armstrong says. And one identity that hinted at was building an easy logging method, something like a MetaMask or a Wallet Connect, and some sort of infrastructure for like things like KYC and credit data. Armstrong goes on to say that he wants to help pull all the pieces of identity together, essentially creating an identity on ramp into the metaverse. I truly think you should be looking at the metaverse for a long-term play. Might be as big or bigger than the DeFi play. When the DeFi scene hit the crypto markets a couple of years ago, it was hot. A lot of money was made. I think even more money can be made within the metaverse, because at least with the metaverse, you as an individual can build your own business within that metaverse and make money. I told you guys, think about shovels, building shovels, not just buying the gold. Same thing with this. Metaverse allows you to build something that is of need, that has some demand, and you can actually make a living within the metaverse. I think that is maybe 5 years away easily. Could be even less than that, depending on how things pan out with this coronavirus. Less and less people out and about, less brick and mortar businesses. It sounds bleak. It really does. I hope we're not going to that extreme, but it's a possibility. And if that is, you'll see more transactions and e-commerce done within the metaverse. And so at this rate, the stakes are high. This article is saying, and you see Facebook and Coinbase trying to position themselves to really be that on-ramp for you into the metaverse. Thank God blockchain is decentralized in nature, and they most likely won't be the only people or gatekeepers for the metaverse, but they'll probably get a lot of people. They surely will. Think about that as far as a position or strategy in your portfolio. You should be looking at metaverse tokens. You should be looking or thinking about metaverse ideas where you can start establishing yourself and making income, earning income in that metaverse. It is coming. You better be ready. Teach your kids about it and get them prepared as well, because that may be literally their career is to be working in the metaverse in some form or fashion. Lastly, we're going to talk about MJ. Man, MJ need to get off that bottle. Those eyes looking yellower and yellower by the year. But what's not yellow and what's going to be green for he and his son is this new platform they're launching called the Air platform. Going to be backed by Thrive Capital, whose lineup of investments includes trading apps like Robinhood, Instagram, and working messaging services like Slack. So the platform has raised 10.6 million in the seed funding round, and Harris said that it's aiming to usher in a new era of digital culture, with athletes as well as influencers in the worlds of entertainment and technology participating on the platform. So again, this is almost metaverse-esque. Honestly, I know this is primarily an NFT focused platform out the gate, but I'm sure they will pivot to the metaverse in some form or fashion. Michael Jordan is serving as the strategic advisor and partner of this platform. So again, you hear me talking about Coinbase. They're trying to corner the market from an NFT perspective. They're also trying to get it from the metaverse perspective. Listen, Coinbase may be the Facebook of the crypto world and may already be, some argue, but they are definitely positioning themselves. But what can you do to position yourself to make money in this crypto game other than speculating? I'm telling you, it's bigger than just buying a token and holding it and hoping that the greatest fool theory plays out in your favor. It could and has for many of us over the years, but as this thing matures, that strategy will not get you what you think you're going to get, millions of dollars and stuff like that. You got to build a business. You got to start thinking about building some type of service that you can offer to the crypto community. But that's pretty much it for today. I want you guys to make sure you get over to bityard.com. They have hundreds of cryptos over there for you to trade. A very simple platform to buy and sell cryptos and leverage your trades. Use that leverage wisely. But if you don't even have a clue of what the hell you're doing, they have the copy trade platform over there as well. All you have to do is fund your account. Use that link in the description below. Fund your account. and pick the best copy trader on the platform. Their stats are all there for you to see, so you don't have to do any guesswork on the best traders with the best track record. Fund and pick your trader to copy, and the trades will be done on your behalf. You don't have to do anything else. Bityard.com, link in the description below. That's my 2 Satoshis for today. It's your boy Crypto Blood, and I'm out of here. Ha!
I ain't telling no lies.